It's Jack here from Nothing But Tech, and if you guys know me, you guys know that I'm a big LifeX supporter. I have about 12 or 13 bulbs. I use them in every single spot in my studio, and I really just recommend them and use them all the time. They're awesome. But they also pack a pretty hefty price tag of about $60 per color bulb. So when a company contacted me saying that they had an amazing light bulb that can do 16 million different colors that is $10, I was immediately interested and I had to check it out. Here's my live unboxing and kind of review of the Tikteck Smart LED light bulb for only $10. Let's get right into it. Quickly looking at the back of the box, we have some main specifications there. So it shows that it takes up 7.5 watts of power. That's pretty power efficient. It gets bright up to 600 lumens, and then it has a usage period of 25,000 hours. Pretty long time. And for only $10, you could buy like 10 of these and have 10 different bulbs for only $100, which in comparison to like LifeX or Philips Hue, that's really inexpensive. Other specifications on the back of the box, it's app controlled. It is an E26 socket. It's eco-friendly, which is pretty nice. And then it also is Bluetooth controlled as well, which is also pretty nice. All right, let's take a closer look at the box. So just peeling off this shell piece, let's get right into it. Okay, so right here we have the actual bulb, and it packs a pretty small form factor and it feels pretty good in the hand, but it's a light bulb, and the main thing that matters is how it produces light and how it works. So let's put this aside. Okay, so taking a quick look at the bulb, it packs a pretty small form factor, and just taking a look at my LifeX bulb, which I actually have right over here, is significantly smaller. So I'm not sure how that's gonna affect how much light it produces. But yeah, so it's significantly smaller, it's significantly lighter, and overall just packs like a different look to it, but I do like it. So let's put the LifeX bulb aside, and let's put this bulb aside, and look what else comes in the box. Okay, so right here we just have like a how-to guide of some instructions about it, how to get the app set up and things like that, just quick instructions. I don't think I'm gonna really need these, but I'll keep these handy just in case. So you can download the application on both iOS and Android, but I'm gonna be using my LG G5. So all you have to look up is just Tikteck LED light, and the application will come up. It's free. I'm just gonna click download, and then we'll be able to take a closer look at the bulb itself. Okay, so the application is installed. Let's open it and get this bulb paired. So okay, so just opening up the app, it showed us like a quick overview of the actual aspects of the bulb. So it shows that it has 16 million different colors, music lighting, and then also a smart timer. So basically the music lighting is that if you plug this in and then play music that's native on the device, it will actually like work with the music to create different colors and pulse to the music, which is pretty cool. Okay, so going over to the next screen, it shows that it is Bluetooth mesh technology, basically meaning that it self-extends the Wi-Fi in order to be able to use a bulb with your phone. So that's pretty cool, and I like that it has that. It also creates family secure connections. The last thing just tells you basically to get it set up, so let's do that. So I think in order to actually make this scan successfully, I have to put the bulb into a lamp. So let's just get a lamp quickly and do that. All right, I'm not sure if this lamp is gonna fit on this table. Okay, so let's just screw in the bulb and then try to repair it again. All right, that seems pretty cool. Let's just turn this on. So after it went on, I can tell it's really bright. I did not expect it to be this bright, and I'm very pleased that it is. Now let's try to repair it with the application. So it just connected to the bulb, and that worked pretty fast, so I'm very pleased with that. So the actual app interface looks really nice. Let's try to change the colors by going over here and then changing it up here. All right, that is really cool and really responsive. I'm impressed. It does change to about 16 million different colors, and also for like $10 you could pick up a bunch of these and have it really not break the bank, and they look pretty cool. It's working really responsively. The app is nice, the bulbs are nice, and with the Bluetooth mesh technology you can connect up to 60 bulbs. That's really cool. Alongside actually changing the color up here, you also have adjustments down here to better change the color, and then over here you could change how bright it is. And one thing I did notice, when I go over to a color, it gets a lot dimmer than if I just have it on white. The LifeX bulb does not really do that, or if it does, it's not noticeable. But this bulb, you could definitely tell that when you go from white to a color, you could definitely see the brightness. So this is without a color, and this is just like on the regular setting using it as a regular bulb. And then this is when you go to a color. So it definitely changes, and it definitely becomes a lot dimmer. A little bit disappointing, not terrible though, and it still is pretty cool that you can just turn it on and off. Let's actually try that, because I haven't tried that yet. Let's actually try to see how responsive it is. Let me just turn it off. That was really quick, pretty responsive. Let's do that one more time. On, off, on, off. That's super responsive. Definitely as responsive as the LifeX bulb, which is really cool. For like 1/6 of the price, that is really awesome. And the other thing is, if I just want to turn this back on, it goes back on right away. And then another thing you can actually do with this is use this to like light your videos. If you buy like 5 or 6 of them, these get really bright when they're just on white, and you might need like a few of them to work together, as I was just saying. But they're pretty cool, and just the novelty of being able to turn on and off a light bulb is pretty cool. But then the fact you can also change it to 16 million different colors. Yeah, it's not as bright, and the LifeX is definitely a lot brighter in terms of colors, but it's pretty awesome, and just the novelty of it's pretty cool. But let's actually compare it to the brightness of the LifeX. So let me turn this off, take it out of here, and then put in my LifeX bulb. Okay, now I just have my LifeX bulb here. Let's just screw this in. So the bulb automatically turned on, which is pretty nice as it was already on in the app. So let's just open up the LifeX app, and we can actually test to see how the LifeX app compares to the Tikteck app. So let's just open this up, and this bulb over here is on right now. So let's just look over here and turn it on and off. So after opening up the specific light, I will say I do prefer the clean minimalism of the LifeX app over the Tikteck app, but that could be improved over time, and the app is very functional. I just prefer the look of this one more. But let's turn this bulb on and off to see how responsive it is. So turning it off, then turning it back on. Super responsive. That's pretty cool as well. And now let's change the colors, and we'll see if the brightness changes at all. So yeah, you could definitely see that the brightness did not change, and I'm changing all the colors right now. So the colors are definitely a lot brighter, and I would have liked to see the Tikteck bulb be brighter when you're changing the colors. And the bulb is pretty much as responsive as the LifeX, but the LifeX does pack a little bit more features, and it also just gets brighter in terms of colors. But in terms of turning them on and off, the Tikteck bulb is pretty responsive, and as responsive as the LifeX one, to the best of my knowledge. Screwing back in the Tikteck bulb again, we can test out a few more of the features. Also, I only had this in for like a few minutes, but it actually did not get hot. The LifeX one gets hot over time, and this one still feels cool to the touch, and it's easy to hold in one hand. I'm not sure if you use it for like 20 minutes or like an hour if it does get hotter. And I'll have to test that more in depthly, but after just a few minutes of use, it's not hot at all. Let's just screw this one back in. Turning it back on. There we go. Let's open up the app again and check out some of the other features. Okay, one thing that I just noticed is that when you close the app and then reopen it, it reconnects and it scans for the bulb again. Whereas the LifeX app, since it has a dedicated account set up, it just works with that account, and you just open it, it doesn't rescan for your bulbs every time. That's a little bit annoying that it has to keep rescanning for the bulb every single time you open it. I'm not sure if it gets better over time, but since there's not a dedicated account, it doesn't just recognize your bulbs and hook them up to one specific account, which could be a good thing if multiple people want to turn on and off the lights without an account. But if you're just using them in your studio or something, it's annoying if you have many of them to have to wait for them all to reconnect. All right, we're connected again. Let's just do a quick on and off test to make sure we're good. Yep, we are good. So on the bottom over here, we have the nightlight mode. So if you go over to this, you can turn on the nightlight mode. And then what this will do is it will keep it, but it will make it a lot dimmer. So you can use that as a nightlight. That's pretty cool. LifeX does not have that built in, as far as I know. And it's pretty cool that you can just turn on and off the nightlight mode. I really like that for sure. And then on the bottom over here, we also have the music mode. And this just basically lets you take your music that you have and hook up the light bulb to it. So then you can have like the light bulb react to the music. I don't have any music natively stored on here, so I can't show you guys that. From other videos, I've seen that it's semi-accurate, but not perfect. And then the last thing that we have down here is just a timer setting, and this lets you create timers to turn on and off the bulbs to different colors and different things like that, so you can create a new timer. You could see the settings here, you could just adjust that. Pretty cool. On my LifeX, I have like to turn on and off at certain times, and it's very useful. It definitely is a lot more useful than you would think it is, and if you buy these and you use them, you realize how awesome it is just to have that, so I'm happy that they have that. Of course, the main feature of this bulb, though, is just the functionality of being able to control with your smartphone. Turning this on and off is just so satisfying for some reason. And just being able to change the colors is also pretty cool. I can definitely see myself picking up a few more of these to go alongside my LifeX bulbs, and since I could download a general app that will put them all into one section, I can do that. But for $10, this is just something that I can't hesitate to recommend. I was blown away with this, even though it's not as bright as the LifeX, and when you go from white to a color, it definitely tones down in brightness significantly. It's like a novelty item, just being able to turn it on and off, even if it just was one color, like even if it didn't turn to different colors, like the LifeX White 800, just $40. For $10, you're getting the color mode and also just regular light with the smartphone functionality. That's super cool, and I honestly couldn't see why you wouldn't buy it. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out, but for $9.99, it's an awesome product and something I would highly recommend. that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys all for watching. Subscribe to see more content, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Bye.